let me move on then. So this is something that's been interesting. We've been covering this too. So this is the whole Hall and Nash thing. So they've been teasing that Diesel and Razor and Hall and Nash are coming back somehow to WWF, specifically Jim Ross. But on this episode here, the WWF president, Gorilla Monsoon, gets on the air, and he refutes everything JR says about Hall and Nash coming back. But JR insists that the two will return next week, actually. So, Robert, you weren't with us last week, but we covered, there was a segment where...
is that when he said that there was like some sort of contract snafu?
Oh, yeah. He said they were going to come back, but because I announced it, I fucked up. And so they made JR take the fall in the storyline. So he's like, because I announced it, now there's negotiation issues, right? But they're still coming, from what I hear. So I'm going to play you, we're going to do a watch-along of Gorilla Monsoon playing, or here's the part where during the match between, let's see, who was fighting here? Oh, this is the Smoking Guns match, okay. So JR announces, so this is the first time he's going to announce Diesel and Nash are coming back next week. So listen closely, Robert.
He certainly is. I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about that bombshell announcement. This is earth-shattering. I guarantee you, right here, ladies and gentlemen, this. And listen very closely to what I'm about to say. Here comes WWF National Richard Simmons. Right here next week, live on Raw, Razor Ramon and Diesel will be in the ring. They'll be here live. They'll be here next week. We'll be in Hershey, Pennsylvania next Monday night live. And I guarantee you that Big Daddy Cool Diesel and Razor Ramon will be standing right there in the ring right here next week, and it's going to be live. I promise you that. I'm in a little bit of shock here. It is a bombshell.
It's going to be live. That's quite a bombshell announcement, Vlad, for some silly-ass thing. That's pretty definitive. They're going to be here next fucking week, huh? Okay. All right. So let me play you next the Gorilla Monsoon response. So here's Gorilla's response to Jim Ross.
State Center in Philadelphia, the site of In Your House Mind Games. And speaking of live, standing by right now, World Wrestling Federation President Gorilla Monsoon. We heard earlier the bombshell by Jim Ross that Razor Ramon and Diesel will be here live on Raw next Monday. And Mr. Monsoon, we wanted to talk to you about the World Wrestling Federation's official stance on this matter.
Well, Jim Ross, you have really piqued my curiosity as to who will actually be appearing on the program next week. Because I can tell you officially from the WWF offices that Kevin Nash and Scott Hall will not be appearing, as both of these individuals are currently under contract to another organization. I would like to apologize to all the fans of the WWF who feel that they have been hoodwinked or misled by Jim Ross's statement, and with that in mind, I will remain here in the studio for the rest of the program to monitor it and make sure that no other misleading statements are made. And should they be made, I will invoke my presidential privilege and come down severely on the perpetrator.
All right. Thank you, President Monsoon. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Ross has left the announced position. Based upon the look on his face, he's rather perturbed by the comments of President Monsoon as we take you now to the King.
You got the big match coming up.
All right, so there's something else going on in the ring, which I'll get to in a second, Robert, with Jim Cornette and Vader. But that was Gorilla Monsoon refusing Jim Ross's announcement, right? And then JR left. I guess JR said, I'm pissed. This guy is like, questioning my integrity and my reporting. So JR left the announce booth. Then he comes back later. This is during the, I guess, Owen Hart versus Mark Miro match, so which we'll get to later. But listen to what JR says. Again, he doubles down. He's like, no, man, I'm not fucking with you guys. These guys are coming next week.
I got a question for you, Jim Ross. What's that, King? I thought you and Gorilla Monsoon were friends. I thought you guys were old buddies. Well, we are friends. At least I think we are. Well, I never saw one friend question another friend's integrity. I mean, he came out here live tonight, and he called you a hoodwinker. Well, I'm a little bit hurt by that. He said you were misleading the public. What about that? I haven't misled anybody. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not misleading anybody.
Hold on a minute, fellows. This is Gorilla Monsoon. I'm still in the studio here as promised. And Jim, we're not talking friendship here. We're talking business. I think as a conscientious broadcast journalist, you need to more closely scrutinize your sources.
Gorilla, of all the years we've broadcast together and all the thousands of miles we've traveled together, have I ever misled you one time? Give me one example.
No, you have not, but
So
nothing has come across my desk that would indicate Kevin Nash or Scott Hall returning here to the World Wrestling
Well, let me
Federation.
tell you that everything that happens in the WWF doesn't necessarily have to go crossed your desk?
Well, let me tell you this, Jim Ross. We'll only have to wait a week to find out just how credible you are. There's plenty of action going on, so let's get back to the ring.
Certainly is. Thank you very much, President Gorilla Monsoon. And this is a very exclusive situation, the return of Razor Ramon and Diesel to the World Wrestling.
And Vlad, they do use their names Hall and Nash, which is interesting because they weren't Hall and Nash on this show. But okay, let me see. Do I have any other clips from this? I think they do. They did talk about it for like another minute and a half longer. JR doubles down and whatnot. But let me get our ratings for this. So me and Vlad have a rating for this so far already. I actually like this today. Today it had more spunk in it with the whole Gorilla Monsoon thing today. You know, it was better than last week where Kevin Kelly was just like, yeah, really? He's coming back? Okay, that sounds great. So you gave this a half thumbs up. I don't know. I kind of thought it was more official and more serious today. The whole thing between Gorilla and JR I thought was pretty good. So I gave it a good rating. I gave it a thumbs up. So you gave it a half thumbs up. Any comments you want to make? Because this is going to be another clip for us. We've been doing this whole storyline so far. So this will be like the third little clip, 3 weeks in a row of this. What are you thinking so far?
I mean, something that I've been saying, and that Robert had said previously when we were reviewing this, it just seems like a desperate ploy by the WWF at this time because they were getting their asses kicked to even come up with this type of
they're so serious about it too, like Hall and Nash.
Like the fact that there's a contract snafu. Let's bring Gorilla Monsoon, and he's like, we'll just say, hey, why would you even bring these guys up knowing that they're just killing it at the other company right now? Just don't even bring up their names. So if there are people that are not watching WCW, don't give them a reason to go watch WCW by saying, hey, these guys are our competitors and they're not coming back next week after all, you know? I don't know. This whole thing was just not well thought out by the powers that be that let this whole angle air.
All right. Well, Robert, we did a watch along on this. That was pretty much all of it from the episode. So you could give this one some thoughts and some ratings. What do you think?
This is a mess. I don't know what rating I would give it, but this is a mess. They were called WWF at the time. That they messed up.
Maybe this is a thumbs down, huh? Maybe this is a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Fucking angle. I'm not sure.
Oh, the whole angle for sure is.
Yeah.